You could literally buy one of these and a really cool sports car and still be less money than a G63. I'll include a link to the Land Rover and Lehigh's website in the description down below. They're providing us with this OCTA. If you have any questions, need any help, just ask for Bradley. Let's get right into it. Under the hood is a twin-turbo 4.4-liter V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic. Fuel economy is 15 around town, 19 on the highway, with power outputs being 626 horsepower and then 553 pound-feet of torque. And yes, this is a BMW M V8. If you're looking for more straight-to-the-point reviews like this, make sure you subscribe. Now, like all 26 Defenders, you've got the new kind of checker plate design, which is, I guess, a lot more low-key. This is the cool part about the OCTA. So you've got the marker lights because this is over 80 inches wide, and then you've got that with the signature Defender headlights. At the very bottom, we've got fog lights, parking sensors, and then you'll note we've got a big old recovery point front and center. And with the wide body kit, this thing looks super aggressive from the front end. Tire and wheel setup with this is 275 by 60 by 20. So this has the middle of the line all-terrain. So how this works is if you get the 22-inch wheels with the all-seasons, you get 155 mile an hour top speed. This has 130 mile an hour top speed, and if you get the super aggressive all-terrain tires, those have a top speed of 99 miles an hour. But this looks really sharp. And I do think this is the aesthetic to go for with the OCTAs, the 20-inch wheels with the all-terrain tire. You still get a really high top speed, I would say, and you get a more aggressive look than the street tire variant. Now, before we pop into the back, let's take a moment to look at the key fob. We've got our lock and unlock. That turns on the lights, that unlocks the rear, and then you got the OCTA logo there on the side of the key fob. There's also another one on the side of the car there. Let's now take a look at the back. So open up the swing gate here. We have a little bit of storage on the swing gate itself. And then the rear here is actually pretty darn practical in the 110. You do also have these buttons to raise and lower the rear suspension if you need that. We've got ventilation for the rear. You can get these with not the OCTA, but like some of the 110s, they had it with a third row. Anyways, you got the Alpine windows, which adds a lot of light. And the seats do fold down flat, by the way. Anyways, this is really nice. And then you can see with the taillights, those are flush with the bodywork. You got all of your parking sensors, recovery point, really cool exhaust tips, and then again you got the full-size spare. That will cap things off for the exterior of this OCTA. Keyless entry, and let's check out the interior. Let's get the regular glass throughout with the OCTA, and then you can see soft touch down below. I love the kind of like rubberized material here on the grab panel. It's not in this part, it's on the inside. And then of course the exposed rivets is really cool, more storage. Now the OCTA gets unique seats. They still have kind of like a durable trim to them, but also really nice leather. Legroom in the back, the OCTA is great. Got a little storage pocket. We've got vents in the back. And then you can see down below, we've got our climate zone, heated seats, no cooled seats, but we do have USB ports. And then we have a little cup holder armrest. Nice headliner, look at that, that's fancy. Panoramic sunroof with this too. Let's now take a look up front. Blind spot monitoring, like I said, regular windows. Got more soft touch here, down below. All of our window controls. Memory seat function, got your door lock and unlock, speakers for the Meridian sound system. For those of you wondering on payload on this, it is $825. And then here is the seat, perforated all down the center, body and soul seat. So I do like the sound vibration thing, pretty fancy stuff. Some of the adjustments are on the side, the rest of the adjustments in the screen. Now take a look at the steering wheel, really nice trim all around. You got the special paddles with the OCTA. You also get the OCTA mode. And I love the design here. Heated steering wheel, you've got your controls for the adaptive cruise control. You've got the controls for the center stack as well. Regular stocks there in the background too. And this has the standard Defender gauge cluster, so it's fully digital. You can change the information that's within each panel, so customizable in that sense. And then we also have a heads-up display. When it comes to the camera system, well, 360, you even have a 3D view, so kind of a fancy thing. You've got an off-road view as well as a towing view too, so pretty slick system overall. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, it's quick to respond. There is some cool stuff with it. So you've got like the little performance tab where you've got timers and everything. And then, like I said, the seats, that is built into the screen. So you just press that little button. You can do that right now. And that'll go into the seat function. And then if we go back, you can also do the body and soul seat function as well. It definitely a gimmick, but when you have a car that's as expensive as this, well, you're gonna expect some gimmicks. Now below that, we've got a bunch of fun controls. So the shifter, and then if we look at this area, we've got our dual zone climate controls. You push in for the heated and ventilated seats, and then you've got the drive mode select, and then vent adjustment for the fan speed. Again, just like other Defenders. And then you also have your air suspension adjustments, your low range in this area as well. And you notice really nice trim throughout the interior. You've got like a grab handle across the dash. It actually says Defender there in the recessed section. And then you got tons of storage up front here, some cup holders, more storage underneath. Phone charging pad, cool box center console. This opens up all the way, which is really nice. And then there's really nice trim there. We've got a camera rear view mirror for those of you that want to use that. And like I said earlier, panoramic center. So this is the Octa Black. It's a special edition, $175,256. Let's take it out and see how it performs. Octa. Oops, I meant to go to normal height with it. I accidentally clicked all the way down to access. I kind of forget. I've been long-term testing the LX, and that has so many button presses for the height adjustment. A lot more than this. So, yeah. Man, I love Defenders. I will always have a soft spot for these Defenders. I love how they look, and I love how they drive. And, you know, I like the off-roading experience too, because with unibody off-roaders, there's a bit of an articulation challenge, I guess is what we will call it, where you've got to really be good with placement on the cars, with wheel placement and everything. And it takes a lot of driver skill. It really does take a lot of driver skill, because you're gonna pick up wheels all the time. Unibody, independent suspension. They do some fancy stuff with the suspension to increase the articulation, but you're still gonna have some stuff happening. Now, I was really interested to see how this drives with all-terrain tires, because I've only driven an Octa with the street-oriented tires, and it drives really nice. Now, this is not the most aggressive all-terrain tire that you can get with the Octa. You can get these with a more extreme tire. So again, if you get the street tire, you're like 155. These are 130 miles an hour top speed, and then the most aggressive is 99. What I've been seeing people do is they get the street tire version, and then they put more aggressive all-terrain tires on it. And it makes sense, right? You don't want your computer locked out, but also, like, as someone who's owned a bunch of like off-road SUVs and everything, I have no desire to go above, and I know people are gonna give me crap for this, I have no desire to go above like 80, maybe 85 miles an hour. Because anything higher than that with all-terrain tires, it's loud, it's gonna get kind of choppy, because again, the tires just aren't meant to go that fast. And plus, in a big SUV, it's like, this can for sure do it. It's got the horsepower and everything, but it's also a giant box. It's also a giant box. I love the torque. It is incredibly smooth. Incredibly smooth. I'm gonna turn that auto stop start off. I hate that feature. I get why cars have it, but... And I don't even mind the AC part, the AC cutoff part. I don't like the power loss for a second. But yeah, because this is unibody handle, and with a 60 suspension, I mean, this thing, it corners basically flat. This is really a amazing piece of engineering, where you have something that can do crazy off-road trails, and yet it also drives like a sports car basically. Now it's a 6,000 pound sports car, so you still feel the weight and everything, but it's quite amazing how well this drives. When you do go over bumps, it is gonna, again, it's unibody, you kind of feel things a little bit more in a way. Kind of teeters side to side a bit, but it's not too bad. You know, vehicles with a solid axle will teeter more side to side typically. So not bad at all. Yeah, super smooth power delivery. Again, with the auto stop start off, that was much better. Right up. Love the engine. This is a great car. And the thing that's really cool about Octas is they're now, you know, when they first came out, it's kind of hard to get one, right? That's just how cars always work. Whenever, it doesn't matter whether it's a Corolla or a Defender Octa. Whenever you have a new generation or a new version of a car, it takes a minute to ramp up production. There's now some availability with these. And so it's It's much easier to get one. And let's just say it. I mean, if you're looking at any luxury off-road SUV, and the one that most people are going to be comparing this against is a G-Wagon, you have to at least go and drive one of these. There's so many people that buy G-Wagons that would be much happier in one of these. It's quieter, it's more comfortable, the engine performance is right there with a G63, if not better, right? Adjustable suspension's great, and I see G63s all the time. I don't see these Defender Octas very often, right? Because it's still new enough. There's not a lot of them on the street, and they're not going to produce a bunch of them, right? It's still going to be a low production car at the end of the day. So I don't know. I think you get that excitement factor. The engine's just wonderful. So much low end torque. You got a great top end too. Yeah, I don't know why anyone would buy a G-Wagon with it, like with how this drives, other than like, I gotta have a G-Wagon, I gotta have the looks, I gotta have the status.